Hey, it's only like 7:30 p.m. Look, can you see it's snowing outside? It was snowing last night too. Didn't really snow during the day, but it started again in the evening. 7:30 on the 16th of February 2023. Um, Man, I was happy yesterday, and then today was a horrible day. Yesterday, I played volleyball. Was really happy, and then badminton in the morning. I didn't shower after volleyball, so I didn't have a great night's sleep from being sticky because I was sweating a lot. Long sleeve and long pants because I wasn't sure they'd need a sub and not really drinking much water. And didn't take a shower after because I'm not sure if I was going to pay. Right away, I asked for a discount where I am, the community center, and it says on the forum may take up to this time. I don't know if that means like the one person that's supposed to do it, although it's not hard and anybody could do it. May receive this form and they're going on vacation, whatever. And again, they said today, oh no, it might take time because what I wrote on the phone is, here's my email. Don't have a phone number. Didn't do my taxes because I can't do my taxes without being screwed because they owe me money and they won't audit my file. But I'm poor and I can provide Ministry of Poverty Creation proof. They didn't email me yet, and I don't know. Maybe I'll be gone by the time. It's too bad. I really am happy with the volleyball and the badminton. They invited me to another club that's not the same place. That's longer play, more players, stronger players, and good price, $4, I think. And but I might not be here. Like, I did a follow up today with the employer. I didn't even know was going to excite me that much after we spoke because it's a place where they need staff, but also she's been wanting to give more programs, different age groups, good fit. The local college here doesn't have any position that I qualify for in this particular location. But there is an email about, hey, do you want to give a course? So I'll email that. I did email a real estate agent that is responsible for some lower cost housing, which is probably like friendly neighbors until they take too many drugs or they have friends over. And it gets loud, and you can't talk to them anymore. They're different people. But like, I got stuck with my motorhome today because not helpful. Nobody kind of does anything. I'm checking out. I spent hours looking for places. And this place I got stuck, like it's ice, like thick ice with snow on top of it. And it's like, oh man, I am extremely skilled to not have had chains and not hit anything or damage my vehicle. Uh, and well, somebody said I could grab the salt off their balcony because they're on their way to work, and I put it back. What was left, not a lot, and their shovel, but I left $5. And some other lady brought me sand. Some other lady was walking her dog when I was about to leave, picking up all the stuff I put under my wheels, and she fell, just not walking in the road where she usually walks. Although I put salt and sand is the best time to walk. My vehicle's already out of there. She just walks on the grass and slips. It's also slippery there. She had good boots, but like nobody cares about nothing there. There was another place before that one, and it's like there are spots that I could back up and park. Like it's an RV place, campground that's closed, but there's people already. They saw the electricity. It's not on. It's not the guy that usually is in charge, but and I could tell he's doing like 10 assumptions per second. It's like he's barely able to focus on our conversation because of how many assumptions about me he's making instead of just saying, can you tell me more about you? Do you have references? Whatever it might be, like show me a criminal record check, like can you pay cash or whatever. One place only took credit card. Koreans. I talk about my favorite singer, she knows. Like I say, well, I don't have a credit card. I said, but I have the cash. And nope. I said, well, what if somebody I met at badminton or volleyball, I give them the cash, they use their, nope. You need, like, I don't know, it's kind of, for them, it's their way in Canada to believe that it's a trustworthy person when it's kind of the other way around. So again, I said, well, I have a criminal record check. I could show you my passport. I could show you, my driver's license. Nope. I have a bank account, but it's not a credit card. Maybe my bank account would have worked. I'm not sure. But the thing is already, already I feel so triggered from species alienation. Just the behaviors are so inhumane. And some of these places, the buildings are so broken down. It's so messy and dirty there that, I'd like, you can charge me and let me freaking work there for free or something, like, for whatever extra privileges, like using a shower or laundry more often, whatever it might be. People don't think about it. They're letting their business, like the place in Winlaw, again, is like they're preparing it to sell at a higher price. They don't give a damn who's there because the people they like aren't staying there. Some of the regulars might pass through town, but they don't care. If the showers are clean or the toilets are flushing properly, they're building stuff because it's their retirement to sell it at a higher price. And they're the dishonest ones. They're looking at me like something's wrong with me. No. People don't know how to partake in community anymore. It's all about money, but it's not done well. They don't even, if they could partake in community, then they would know how to kind of maximize their profits by not being paranoid and talking to people if they had life skills and making agreements. But the thing is yeah, we have a drug industry where, people can't keep. So the place I stayed last night, $20 to plug. Whoa, that's expensive. And I have to go between these two cars. I do a great job parking. It's the only plug. And, it doesn't come with anything else really. And I come back there, as I said I would if I wouldn't find a place yet. Double the price, $40. What the frickin'? Oh, I was so pissed off by being stuck for 2 hours in ice, snow, kind of, and trying to get unstuck by myself, except for the things people gave me. And the other behavior is like something's wrong with me. Like, what the hell? My brain is and will always work better than theirs. And it's not about money, people. It's about social creature communities. Social creatures. That's what we are. Communities. There's a place here I just bought. I might try to stay here tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep all night if somebody knocks on the window. And so I won't have heat tonight, and I hope it doesn't damage electronics, and I can handle it. But today, actually, before I went looking for more places, I actually wanted to take a nap. Because I was really sore. 2 days of sports like this in a row is for me like less than 2 days because evening and then morning. I'm sore, like I'm tired, and I also, on my way to this community that I was thinking of trying, there's actually two places. One place they said, oh, just stay one night, we won't charge you at this hotel. And what was the other place? Oh yeah, well, it's that one where they charged me $20. But I was so pissed off. I'm tired, but I'm not giving them $40 for their greed, And I'm saying, I worked for the embassy of your country years ago, and like, I'm pro-immigration, but you are not bringing the best of your country. You're bringing the worst and leaving whatever's good there, and that's, and you're picking up our bad and not picking up our good, as if there's a little bit left in Canada of any good stuff that the monetary paradigm didn't ruin. So, there's some religious kids at volleyball. They were talking to me after, and they're curious about me, and they'd like to talk more. But again, it's not gonna go well. They won't know how to partake in community, them or their community members, and let me park somewhere, without trying to brainwash me, domesticate me. I'm the creator of this grand unification theory of how we devolved. Now we're in the Anthropocene because of a variety of human domestication syndromes. The kid asked me after everything I said, do you mind, or is it okay if I pray for you? I said, no. Why would you even say that? What's your motive for saying that after what I talked about? Why would you say that? In a Christian college, we played volleyball against their team. And so, like, why would somebody say this? It's like no respect for other individuals. It's like, for him, is like, all the things he could learn from me, but he thinks he has to save me. Why do you think you have to save me? Because I'm homeless with electricity. You think I'm the one that needs to be saved. The one with the most humanity. Oh my God. I filmed these videos. I don't think I'm going to post this one. I'm going to post it maybe just private. It's just for my own therapy. It's just for living among the Emo community. It's been a day of a lot of triggers. I did send that email to the real estate lady that somebody let me borrow his phone so I could call her, at least a voicemail, but I sent an email because I didn't get an email from her. With the attachment she would need to know I'm an educated person, I got a criminal record check. I got references. Here they are. And I said also, if you know anybody outside of what you're in charge of that needs somebody on the farm or with seniors to help, and I said even nanny situations. And then somebody, the guy that owns the place where hopefully the lady answers in a day or two that we can collaborate at this employment that I would really enjoy. And it's close to the community center and close to the college where, I can probably make some photocopies for tutoring for free and they'll approve probably posting them. But again, already so many red flags. Again, I'm ready to leave. It's just so much fun to just drive away from anywhere. The thing is I can't drive off planet Earth until, the Omocomunia infection or cancer is kind of gone. Whatever analogy, whatever, it doesn't matter, is you guys are hazardous to the biosphere and hazardous to my happiness as an Homo sapien who is a social creature who actually wants to show you what doing good really looks like instead of just gonna assuming or pretending or praying or whatever. Is just do the work. This employer here where I bought some things is it's an employer in the past that I made sure I wasn't working there anymore because I wanted to take a life skills coach training, and I did, and it was a life-changing thing. And I got a reference from the teacher, and she asked me to replace her and gave me staff status at that college back then, and I worked a little bit in that field, and then I am noticing less and less people know what life skills are, including the people that think they're experts in it, and it's a part of their profession, and I can't even volunteer it. So should I go back and work at this place here, this store where I made sure that I got fired so that I could attend the life skills coach training full time back then? It'd be ironic, eh? Like it really show the inhumanity. And it's not because something's wrong with me. I kept self-actualizing and maturing as an Homo sapien, doing my personal development, while you guys devolve and devolve and devolve. And it's almost like now I would never date anybody from the Philippines, never date anybody from India, never. I don't even think I want to date anybody from any Asian country anymore. And I don't know, like I should just get a cat or a dog. Except if I try to get a cat, or I see all these ads for the SPCA, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get really pissed off about them making me feel bad. I don't have enough money, or I don't understand what the procedure is when they're pretending to save animals and they can't like give one at an affordable price to a land mammal psychologist that would be the best friend to this animal. You guys are so freaking screwed up. The inhumanity. So there's a couple of things I'll be waiting to see what happens, and I don't want to leave too quickly. But it might be quick enough that I'm not there for the badminton with the bigger club next week, and I told people I'd be there. But screw it. One thing in this area that I am now is the captain from the Canadian Armed Forces that I talked to. There's a few leads where he said this position would be Kelowna, this position would be Kamloops. And I'm kind of in between the routes here, so I have to make a decision maybe with those emails as well. And send my programs to the college here, see if they want to give some. Wait for the answer for the community center, see if they want to give my programs, give me a discount card. And then keep trying a little bit for the housing, but I won't try hotels anymore. I'll try Facebook or Kijiji or Craigslist or something for housing or for trying to find a place that matches people or an employment center. And that's it. Like it won't even be a week by the time I leave. And unfortunately, the redneckism is very high here. There is a very big hockey culture here as well. And, like it's not a good fit for an Homo sapien. So I don't know what's going to happen. Anyways, I feel a little bit less cold now. I don't know why. It's still snowing outside. Maybe it's just because I'm sitting and warming up this part of the mattress. I'm not going to eat too much, and I don't want to warm up any food right now that's leftovers that I cooked earlier today because it's going to get all humid in here, even if it's, mostly dry food. So I'm going to try and sleep early because I pretty much had 2 night sleeps that weren't that great. So even in the cold with all the sheets I'm going to add on here, I'm probably going to sleep well until daytime. And even getting 6 decent hours night sleep, for me, I'm capable of great productivity the next day and starting over. And it's often about forgiving your inhumanity and letting go or reboot every 24 hours, especially after the days that have the more species alienation triggers because of your nonsense. But like this monetary paradigm and this religious paradigm and this disconnection from the natural world, therefore reality, a lack of understanding about various forms of science that we should already understand. Uh, so I have to email as well the province. I don't know if I'll get an answer because I think I'm on their blacklist. The education sector and say, well, which school districts, how far north do I have to go in BC for school districts that will hire me to do a good job with the kids, even though I don't have a BC teacher certificate, which means I wouldn't be doing a good job if I did, except I'd still be me, so I just would start my own school or something. And then maybe that's where I'll go after. But wouldn't it be sad if, because I thought somebody told me, and I've been finding it more on the websites of school districts where I've been so far in BC, that even ridiculous positions, almost like flipping pancakes, at the cafeteria, you need a BC certificate. It's so useless a piece of crap paper now that and it's not at all related to the results you have for the kids that are learner centered. But I would leave for that, for going to a different community if they can confirm, in advance they're very interested in me, because it's going to be very hard on my budget. But also, can you imagine if I go work for the Canadian Armed Forces and at some point in an interview they'd say, "Well, Martin, I mean, what makes you want to work for the?" Oh crap! I got to be careful how I answer that. And one of them is just have my basic, Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs is just have level one shelter and food and water that is not unhealthy for me with the paycheck I'm going to get. But it's still an employer that would make me ashamed. But of course, I wouldn't be like going to kill people in these positions I'd be specifically applying for. But I'd be like, can you imagine that I've had all this education, I've made all this progress, and I got so many skill sets like conflict resolution, and I'd be joining an army of people that would be above me, same level as me or below me, that would be triggering my species alienation every day. And that's how I'd have to survive in Canada, having an employer that, I'd be kind of ashamed of. But again, if, I wouldn't say this in the interview, but I could say, I can guarantee to you that I'll be here until retirement age and do a good job and work hard and be ethical. And that's pretty much what I should say. And I'll say that if it doesn't work out, again, it'll be documented like any other employer, just like when it was with the religious group that I joined last time. It'll be not because I failed. It'll be because, the Canadian Armed Forces failed me. So don't fail me, and I'll be a good worker until its retirement age. That's pretty much the answer I should give if I end up going back to the military from taking just basic military training. I know how to make sure people respect me now and to monitor my own emotional intelligence. When I took the reserve training, the basic training in 1992, I believe, I was going through a broken heart of the girl that I loved the most passionately. It was hard, but it's also like it was surrounded by idiots, including not just people taking the training with me, but also my uplinks. And it was, man, it was dehumanizing, just the stupidity, and that we should be treated like this, as if that's going to make us better soldiers. No, it's going to make us do bad things in the future if that's the way you treat your soldiers. So hopefully the treatment will be better if I go, and I might have to redo the whole training again, and I'd be a different person doing it. It wouldn't be that hard on me, but it'd be like I'd still be able to self-advocate for my own respect. And if the army screws up in that way, I would just document it with the forms we have to fill out, and then they lose me. It's not like I'd take them to court. I'd have to take everybody in freaking Canada to court anyways. It'd be like, this is the documentation. I'm putting it transparently online. Canadian Forces, you claim to really need people. I'm a hard worker, and then you treat me in this way. And, that's, have you heard of the Canadian Charter of Human Rights? Whatever it is, like, I don't know if that's going to happen. I hope not. But the thing is I never got a diagnosis that I'm dying, so I have to keep trying. Like, I'm not suicidal, even though I'm not on drugs or I'm not depressed. I'm still not suicidal. You trigger me every day with your inhumanity, but I'm still not suicidal.